Hey everyone, yeah, I'm here to do a little bit of a review of a story that I once, well not once, but I've read on fanfiction.net. I do apologize if I'm stumbling a little bit on my words. I just woke up from a nap, not at my house in my room, but instead I woke up from a nap on the bus. And all that. So, yeah. Basically, yeah, I was tired, busy today at work. So, what are you gonna do? But anyway, like I said, I wanted to come on here and do this review for a very adult Sonic fanfic that I once had here on YouTube, except unfortunately YouTube took it down, and I guess the way I recorded it, if you will, basically captured the story on screen, which through the X recorder here on my phone, I guess kind of pushed the envelope a little bit, kind of basically, pushed the envelope to the point that YouTube came on and told me, yeah, we took your video down. We personally took your video down because it kind of violates the guidelines and everything. And I was like, okay, fine, no problem, I get it. But I still have it somewhere. I still have it somewhere, I believe. And basically, well, actually, no, I don't think I have it somewhere. I think I deleted it, but I can still get it again. And I can probably put it on my VENMO channel that I have. Anyway, what is, you might be asking, what is the story I'm talking about? Well, like I said, the story I'm talking about is by, I think it's by Cyborg Fox. It's one of his stories, I believe. I think it's by Cyborg Fox. And it's called Southern Foxy Lovin. And you might be wondering, well, why did he title it that? Well, again, this kind of deals with, of course, Tails kind of getting some action, if you know what I mean. The basic gist of the story is Bunny, who is married to Antoine, so you can call this maybe, so you could probably get an idea, not call, but you kind of get an idea of what's going on or what's about to happen, right? Well, Bunny basically, for months in the story, in this story's continuity and universe of the Archie Sonic, if you will, Bunny has kind of been getting this urge, this very sexual urge to have satisfied, and Antoine, for some odd reason, doesn't want to put out. Yeah, he doesn't want to put out. Now, of course, there are some fanfics where he does do that, but in this one, he doesn't want to put out. So instead, she's like, well, who else can I get to, give me that satisfaction if my own boyfriend or husband, in this case, won't do it? And lo and behold, the only other canine that comes to her mind that she believes could give her that satisfaction is Tails. Now, this, of course, takes place basically years later in this continuity of the Archie Sonic universe. And Tails is a lot older. Basically, he's an adult. So when Tails sees Bunny kind of conflicted, he invites her, because he sees her, I think, just sitting on a bench outside somewhere, and he sees her and he knows something's on her mind. So he's like, okay, maybe if I invite her over, we could talk about it. I could show her some of my latest inventions, maybe have a cup of tea, stuff like that. That's initially his plan. However, Bunny, takes advantage of this. Now, first, Bunny's like, Bunny's like, when she gets this invitation from Tails, she's like, oh, it's cool, Tails, you don't have to do that and everything. But Tails insists, so she goes along with it. But by going along with it, she starts to kind of realize, well, you know what? It's kind of like fate that this is happening, in that it's now or never for her to, get a piece of this two-tailed action. And that's what she does. She basically starts to seduce him. After he brings her some tea and everything, she starts to seduce him. She does beforehand kind of explain what her issue is, before he gets to the tea and everything. And he's kind of a little embarrassed by it, but he's understanding because, again, he's grown up here in this version. But after he gets her the tea and everything, that's when she, puts this plan that she developed while he was getting the tea into motion. So she puts it into motion and starts to come on to him, which he's a little taken aback by. But she just can't help herself, because she, has had this urge, itching at her for a long time. So she wants to basically, get it satisfied. She wants to get the urge satisfied and everything. So, long story short, she does convince Tails to give her that satisfaction by kissing him. And the way it's described, she basically kisses him, and as she's doing so, she literally melts into his body. Doesn't, go gooey over him, but basically melts right onto him. But basically presses her body so much into him that it feels like she's melting into him, or something like that. And it's enough to convince Tails to be like, okay, we'll do this, but this is only one time. And Bunny is basically like, well, I'm going to see if I can make you eat those words. And they basically get it on. Yeah, they get it on. And, the rest is pretty much history. It is non-stop. Hold on for a sec. Like I said, it's pretty much non-stop. They get into it with each other. They kiss a lot and everything. And it does climax literally with Tails, giving Bunny that satisfaction and easing her urge in the end. And that's basically about it. And towards the end, she does tell Tails, don't worry, this is going to be between you and me. Nobody's going to find, Antoine won't find out. Think of it as a one-time deal. And that's it. So yeah, the story is really interesting. It's just another one of those, stories where the author pairs up, or an author, I should say, writer pairs up Tails with another female. In this case, it's Bunny. And it's kind of funny and interesting of how they go with it, or how they work with it. But I just wanted to come on here, do this little review, guys. Kind of recommend, if you want to check it out, go to CyberFox's fanfiction page at fanfiction.net. Check it out for yourself. And until then, guys.